Do you often find yourself getting into moves too late? Or how about too early, where you enter the trade and then just nothing really happens? I've been trading now for over 10 years with relative success, and in today's video, I am going to teach you 4 actionable steps, things you can actually do to improve the timing of your entrances. And we're gonna start with my favorite, which is to use the RSI study, the relative strength index, but in a way that you've probably never been taught about it before. You see, I don't care about what the actual value of the RSI is at all. I don't care what the number is. I don't care if it's oversold or overbought or whatever. I just care about the difference of the RSI value on the current candle versus the previous candle. For example, let's take a look at this live chart right here. On the first candle out of market open, the RSI value is over 72. On the previous candle, the RSI value was 48. That is a change of 24 points. I believe if I just did that math correctly in my head, obviously a massive difference. And that is what we are looking for to time our entrances. This is very obviously going to help solve the problem of entering trades too early, where just really nothing is going on. This is a great way to objectively define a strong candle. However, using the RSI in this way is also very useful for helping you to not enter your trades too late, which is why I love to use this study. There are 100 different ways that you could objectify a strong candle like that, but only this study will also keep you from chasing. And why it does is that the RSI value only goes from 0 to 100. So as the stock gets stronger, as this RSI value approaches 100, it is harder for it to go up. It requires a much larger green candle to get it to move. For example, we'll take a look at this 1-minute candle right here. This candle gains over 4% in a single candle, pretty close to the same size as this initial candle is out of market open. However, take a look at the RSI value. The RSI value on this candle is 87, whereas on the previous candle, it was 83. So even though you get a very similar size single candle, the RSI value does not change as much because the stock is already up over 15% on the move when that change occurs. Let's take a look at this chart practically. So during all of this pre-market movement, you are not entering, not entering, not entering, not entering. The RSI is flat. The stock isn't doing anything. That is helping to avoid having you enter the trade too early and wasting your time. Then out of market open, you get the huge green candle, you get the 24-point change in the RSI candle over candle. That is a solid entrance condition. Then moving on, you get equally large candles here and here, but the RSI value is already so high that the RSI change candle over candle is not very large on these two. So these two are not entrances. So this one very simple study has kept you from entering the trade too early and from entering the trade too late, all while providing you a nice entrance condition. The next tip has to do with news and trading stocks immediately after they announce news. But before I get to that, you must know how I am able to locate my news live and in real time. Well, I built a real-time stock scanner. I spent $66,000 a year on both the price action and the news for the scanner so that both update 4 times a second. The instant that a stock moves and also the instant that a stock announces news, you will see it on my scanner. So if you're tired of being late to moves, head on over to daytradingstrategies.net and you can access the scanner once again that I spend $66,000 a year on the data for only $400 a year. Or if you happen to be watching this video right when I released it, you are watching at the perfect time because currently the Memorial Day sale is going on. You can click on this yellow banner here right on the homepage and you get access to 12 months of my real-time stock scanner for only $270. Here is the real-time stock scanner. Here is the news from Benzinga that it is sourced from. I also have Benzinga Squawk. I also have a halt scanner. You get audio alert readouts when new stocks hit most recent highs. You can search basic keywords in news articles, etc., etc., etc. Once again, access all of this real-time data for 12 months for only $270. Think of how different your life could be 12 months from now if you take the risk and if you really lock in to learning how to trade using this tool as your wingman. Anyway, now let's get on to the next tip in this video, which actually has to do with trading based on this news. Next up, I honestly believe the most important thing in day trading is news. And the actionable step I have for you, according to that, is to only look to buy stocks within 10 minutes of them announcing news. We're using the market replay functionality of my scanner here because unfortunately there wasn't any great examples from this morning, but a couple days ago, ticker QUCY announced news at 8 a.m., an hour and a half before market open. They are seeking $55 billion for drone warfare, and obviously this is some sort of drone company. The stock is up huge on the news, and this is how the chart reacted to that news on that day. The point I'm trying to get across to you is that the best time to trade a stock is right after it announces news. And it really doesn't matter what your trading style is. If you're more of a breakout news-based trader, you could have been in on this first candle and scalped and done all right. If you are a pullback trader, you could have been in on one of these kind of 3 pullbacks within 5 minutes of the news, and you would have done all right. Now, obviously, not every stock that announces news is going to fly like this. It would be nice if that were true. Trading would be very easy if that were true, but all we're talking about here is the best opportunity to time your entrances. Because kind of look at what happens after 5, 7, 10 minutes here. You get all your opportunity. Everything sort of happens. All the volatility is there. And then really like nothing else, right? Like so many beginner traders will watch this move go down and then they'll like try to buy this pullback here or something. And like, yeah, maybe there's some action, whatever, but for the most part, nothing really happens. And when you start buying after news like this as well, I'm sure a lot of you all have seen this happen, you're also putting yourself much more in the firing line for huge kind of backside drawdowns. So even though this one held up all right and at least did nothing, you are at a much higher risk of catching the falling knife the longer you wait after the news is announced to enter the stock. I'll give you a little bonus tip on this one because I like to over-deliver in my content, but as an active trader, it is vital for you to do your research and understand what news articles are causing stocks to move right now. The overall tip that I just gave was that the best time to enter trades is recently after news is announced. That's fine and dandy, but you are going to increase your winning percentage and the size of your winning trades if you know what type of news to target. The stock we just looked at was QUCY. Once again, coming into this news headline from last week, you can see autonomous drone. So it's defense related and it's got $55 billion in the headline as well. So it's defense related and there is a real dollar value in the news headline. Both of those things right now are really causing stocks to move because of the state of the world and whatnot at the moment. I knew that even going into this trade last week because I use my history functionality on my real-time stock scanner. Every single weekend, I go back through the past week and I study what the top gaining stocks with news headlines are. I write them down, I analyze them, and I keep track of them so that once again, I have a better idea of what is causing stocks to move. The next tip for better timing your entrances is to look at float rotation. So first off, if you don't know what float is, think of it as the supply of the stock. It is the total number of shares available on the open market to trade. Then obviously, using the same metaphor, volume is demand, the amount of shares that have traded hands today. So when we are targeting entrance opportunities, of course, as always with active trading, volatility creates opportunity. And to follow the basic laws of supply and demand, if there is less supply and more demand, then the price of that thing is going to be much more volatile. So taking a look at the real-time stock scanner here, we can see some stocks hitting the moving now. I see OFAL is a new one on the scanner today. However, it only has 130,000 shares traded. So that's where my eyes go to first, is volume. That's just way too light a volume. It is going to have awful spreads. You're going to get stuck in positions. It's just not likely to explode, else more volume comes into it. But for right now, it's not likely to explode. In fact, we can hop over and take a look at it. Let's go look at OFAL. And you can see here, I mean, this stock is trash, right? It hit the moving now because it did get a heavy volume, big green candle, like good on the scanner for putting us on that. But once again, also the whole reason that I put total volume on the scanner is that so we can see, okay, I don't really care about this stock. I really have no need to go look at this thing. However, the next stock that we see hitting the list is JUNS, 184 million shares of volume traded today. That is a crap load of volume. After I see a crap load of volume hitting the scanner, my eyes then go to float. On 184 million shares of demand, it only has 16.5 million shares of supply. This is heavy volume and a low float. This is going to be a move that I am much more interested in going to take a look at for potential entrance opportunities. Right? This hit the scanner during one of these pushes back here a couple minutes ago, but during like a push like this, I'm going to be much more interested. Let's hop back to the scanner. I think there was something a little bit more fun on here. QUCY, actually the same stock we were looking at before. 8.5 million shares of volume, heavy volume, and only 12.5 million share float. So the volume number is a good example, actually. The volume number doesn't have to be bigger than the float number. That's not required. Really what I'm looking for is just heavy volume on small floats. We can go take a look at QUCY. We go take a look at this. Once again, I hit the scanner a couple minutes ago. It would have been probably this candle here. As you can see, a much more volatile opportunity, a much better chance of getting into a trade at the right time. Let's put it that way. Neither too early nor too late if you are finding the move. Once again, if you're able to locate it fast enough using a scanner like the one I offer to capture it as soon as it starts moving on that kind of first explosive green candle there. Whenever I bring this up in my content, of course I get asked, well, Trey, what volume are you looking for? What float are you looking for? There's not a real objective answer to that. I just want to see heavy volume versus a small float. The heavier the volume and the smaller the float, the more volatile that the ticker is going to be, especially if a stock has news. MTVA is A+. Now, I don't know what this news is. Publication supporting anti-fiber optic potential. Okay, so it sounds like some kind of bio news. So it's not like really a news headline that I am targeting right now. So let's call it an A setup rather than an A+ setup. But news, heavy volume, very, very small float. This is a setup that I like when I see it hitting my scanner. Let's hop on over and let's take a look at what MTVA looks like right now. Look at this. MTVA, once again, it would have hit a couple minutes ago, would have been this big explosive candle here. Another very, very important thing to point out with this tip is that what we are targeting When I talk about heavy volume versus low float, what we are targeting is volatility. I've said that a handful of times. Guess what? Volatility is a double-edged sword. If a stock can go up very fast, that also means it can go down very fast. If a stock has traded a lot of volume into a really small float, it doesn't mean that it's going to go up. It just means that it's going to be volatile, right? And volatility creates the opportunity. Volatility is what you should be targeting when trying to time your entrances on your stock buys. Just remember that volatility does not equal bullish. Trying to capture one a little bit more live for you. MTVA just hit again, 11:09:29, 10 seconds ago. We can come over. MTVA is indeed pushing up again. Once again, the same exact stock that we were just talking about, trading a lot of volume today with a small float. You can see that volatility. You can see that opportunity for, once again, any type of entrance. This is not like a strategy video. I'm not telling you exactly how you should buy stocks. I'm just showing you where you should be looking for setups. So whether you like to, buy the breakout candle or whether you like to buy this pullback candle right here, it's all about, can you locate the right types of opportunities? Next up, an extremely actionable tip, something that I want you to do on every single one of your charts right now, is to turn on a simple moving average. For day trading, which is sort of what we've been focused on throughout this video, I like to personally go with the 20 length simple moving average. That can be a little bit subjective. You can mess with that length number and find what works best for your trading strategies. But the idea is that you only look for entrances if the candle is closing above this line. If you are down and closing below this line, obviously looking at this example, it's like, well, Trey, I could have bought here. Sure, but we'll go look at some other examples in just a second. If you are down and closing below this line, it's just a great way, once again, to end up buying the backside of the move, end up catching the falling knife. When you are day trading, when you are actively trading at all, the point is to act like a surfer, right? You are supposed to find a stock that is moving. You are supposed to find a wave and then jump into it. Your goal is not to paddle out to the middle of the ocean, stand up on your surfboard, and hope that a wave comes. No, look for waves, jump in, and join the momentum and capture your slice of profit along the way. Check this stock out. It's actually our number one gainer on the day, Hotel Charlie Whiskey Bravo. Going back over into this stock's chart with the 20 length simple moving average on, look at exactly what I'm talking about. All of this here is opportunity, right? This is all opportunity to look for trade setups and trade entrances. And then as soon as you get down below this line, you can go ahead and disregard the stock. Okay, Trey said if it's below my chosen length, once again, I'm not telling you you need to go with the 20 length. It's just what I have found to work. But once it gets below my chosen length simple moving average, I'm not going to try to buy the stock anymore. What so many beginner traders do is they watch this entire move happen. They watch the stock run up 180% and they're like, well, I'm not going to chase. I'm not going to chase. I'm not going to chase. I'll wait for a pullback. And then they get a pullback and they're trying to enter like here or something instead because, well, I'm buying at $2.79 and the stock used to be $4. So it must be a good deal. No, like the momentum is already gone. You're buying the backside of the move now. You're catching the falling knife. You're down 17% on a stock that is up over 125% on the day because you mistimed your entrance. Simple moving average, it will simply, for lack of a better terms, help you to avoid that backside of the move entrance. If you're interested in learning more and seeing real world examples of how I time my entrances, check out this video here next. And remember, if you want to access my real-time stock scanner, my website, daytradingstrategies.net, will be linked at the top of the description down below. Go click that link, get signed up today, and become a better trader immediately.